Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Movie Money Mashup with Coach Laura and Coach David. Are you excited to be here, Laura?
Oh, always. I'm so
Yeah.
excited to be here with
You
you.
ready for Halloween?
Ah.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you this, but I actually got a Halloween costume this year. I hadn't done it for the past couple of years, but this year I looked at Kelly and I was like, Kelly's my wife, and I was like, maybe I should put on something silly like a banana or something, like something different. So I got a little man riding a chicken, and it's all puffed up. And
I, I
and
love that
Kelly,
for you.
she got a flamingo, and so we're gonna be lovebirds. And then
Oh,
someone mentioned the other day, like, oh, how does a flamingo and a chicken work? And I was thinking like Puss in Boots, And she's like, where she comes up to me, right? Flamingo. I know I'm going long, but it's great. She comes up to me, she's like, you're not a flamingo. And I'll be like, for you, baby, I could be.
oh man.
But
I
hey,
think I think this is the first year that I don't have a costume. I have matched my children for every Halloween that I've had children, and this is going to be the first year that I probably need to go get something.
oh wow. Yeah, time to think about it. Now everybody is seeing this on Halloween, but this was
Yeah.
days before. So Laura, you still have time. You could match with like a baby mommy, like
Oh,
little.
I'm gonna be wearing the baby. This is the reason why I haven't picked a costume because I'm looking at the practicalities of it's, oh, I know the neighborhood we're going to and we know the people that we're going to be with, but I'm going to have to wear one child and be chasing another one down because I've got a toddler that doesn't stay with the group.
Yeah,
So I have to, whatever I do, the running shoes are required.
yeah. She could be a little baby popping out like a little chick, popping out.
Oh, that's cute. I wonder how I can make that in this short period of time. Anyway,
I'll go
we're
ahead
talking
and get us
today
started.
about 1995's Casper. You want to tell everybody what the show's about?
Yes, Casper. We're talking Casper. Halloween, great movie to be looking at on Halloween, and we are so thankful for you all to be joining us. Now, make sure you stay safe out there. All right. So I'm going to read the synopsis. She loves my voices. All right. Casper movie synopsis. A wealthy heiress named Kerrigan Crittenden. Kerrigan inherits her late father's crumbling mansion, Whipstaff Manor, only to find it haunted by a friendly ghost named Casper and his mischievous uncles, the Ghostly Trio. Kerrigan hires paranormal experts, including Dr. James Harvey and his daughter Kat, to remove the ghosts. As Kat befriends Casper, she discovers he was once a lonely boy who died young from pneumonia, still yearning for connection. Meanwhile, Kerrigan becomes obsessed with finding the rumored hidden treasure inside the mansion. Even after death itself won't stop her greed, in the end, love, friendship, and sacrifice take center stage as Casper gives up his one chance to become human again so that Kat's father can live. I hope everybody watched this because it was a good one. I was actually surprised at a couple of the crass moments for my 6 and 8-year-old to see. How about
Yeah,
you?
yeah. It was
They weren't in the
I don't
background.
I don't remember some things. Maybe did I put them out on purpose? I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, what did I mean? How long has it been since you watched it?
Very long. It has
Yeah,
been
yeah.
very long. There's so many things that I just was like,
My wife and I, we got all into fan fiction of how did the uncles die? Like, was
oh
Casper
yeah.
just
Is
like?
that is that ever explained?
I don't. No, no, it's not. The filmmakers came up with the idea that because we had Stinky and we had, what was the other guy, the big fat guy, that like they may
The
have
fat guy is fatso.
Fatso. There we go. They may have died in accordance with their characters. Like the fat guy, Fatso, may have died of like some sort of gluttony thing. The
Oh,
stinky guy might have, like that kind of thing. That's what the filmmakers thought of. But there was no canonical
I
way.
don't know. Do you mean from the canon? There's no. Okay.
All right, so let's talk some money lessons from this 1995 classic. You can go.
Okay. Let's do it. Oh, am I going first?
I said
Um,
you go first. I always let you go first because I do all the work with the synopsis and I work
yeah,
hard on
that's
it.
fair. That's fair.
I
Okay.
practice.
So I think one of the easiest ones to like knock you over the head is obviously greed can haunt you. What I mean by this is Kerrigan is so fixated on finding the hidden treasure that her obsession with money drives her every single decision and then gets her killed.
Hmm.
So when greed becomes the goal, you lose your perspective, your peace, and your purpose. I feel like I'm a Southern Baptist preacher. You lose your perspective, your peace, and your purpose. Chasing money at all costs will always
Yeah, I
cost
can see
more
like
than it's worth.
yeah, filling in the blanks, the PP.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what I love though is the treasure is a ball and a glove,
I
right?
know.
And so it's like, oh, so going into my point where I was like, oh, not all treasure, not all of the most important things in our life are money.
Absolutely. Okay, so back in January, our houses were threatened by the giant wildfires here in California. Last week, I don't think I told you this. Last week, I came home from Girl Scouts and there was a giant fire on the other side of the hill that I live on. So, literally, there were giant helicopters flying over our house and dropping water on the top of the hill where we are. And it's in those moments. Well, my kids just thought it was really cool. And it was all white smoke at that point. So I figured they kind of had a handle on it. So I wasn't nearly as terrified as I had been, in January. But um, it's in those big, scary, scary moments of I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose everything. You have to decide what your most important treasures are. And it's never money that I'm like, oh, I have to go get, such and such out of the safe deposit box, or I have to go, it's never, I'm never going after my valuable things. Like, I want my engagement ring is probably the most valuable thing monetarily.
Uh,
But other than that, like, it's my photos and it's, and even those can be reproduced. I've got a stuffed animal that's my lovey that we talked about on a previous episode. Like, and my kids' things that can't ever come back, right? Like those are the only things that I can think of our wedding photo album. Um, those are the things that I think of when tragedy strikes and you come to the end. So I have a hard time connecting with this character that's like all money all the time, but at the same time, David, there are things where I'm like, oh man, I really wish I had money for that. I really wish I had money for that, and I'll get fixated on things that I want to purchase. And
and
so it's times like these you have to think about what's really most important.
that's interesting that you bring that up. What would you say is a good balance of, like we were just talking about, you're thinking about a house, right? What is the balance of I am shopping,
Mm-hmm.
right? Versus I'm obsessed and now and this is taking over. Like,
Right.
how do you protect yourself from that? And how do you get out of it if you find yourself in it?
Well, what I did because I am house shopping is I set a boundary for myself saying that I can only be on Zillow 1 day a week. But even that, like 1 day a week, that could be a whole 24 hours. I could spend a whole 24 hours sitting on Zillow and like scrolling. And I could because then I start thinking about, what if our house was in this location? What if it was here? And it can be a whole downward spiral. And I think when it starts to take away from other things that are important in your life, that's when you have to set a clear and firm boundary. So that was on a rest day, so it doesn't really, I don't have a whole lot going on a rest day.
Yeah.
But, dishes still have to be done. Kids still need to be fed. Laundry still needs to move from the washer to the dryer. Like things still need to happen. And if it takes away from the day-to-day life, that's when it's an obsession and you have to make a change.
And so going back to the movie, Kerrigan, even at the beginning, right, when she's talking to the great Ben Stein, the perfect guy to be going over someone's will with you,
So funny.
especially if you're a bad person. But she's even talking about, I've been holding this guy's clammy hand, like what, like the last week or something, and there's nothing for me but this. It's
Mm,
yeah, she became obsessed. She's doing nothing else.
mm,
She's not doing the dishes. She's just holding his clammy hand.
gross. I mean, it's a really gross way to look at it, but also like I want to. There's certain people in my life that I would like to hold their clammy hands as they are passing away.
Oh, of course, of course.
Um,
It depends, but she's just doing
but
it.
not her. Not her. It could have been anybody, and she would not have cared. She only wanted the money, and that I think they set her up in the beginning to be a terrible character, and I loved that. And I also loved one Ben Stein. but two, I loved that like they have the exorcist come in, and he can't do it, and you got the
Yeah.
Ghostbuster guy come in. He's like, call somebody else.
You mean
Those,
Dan Aykroyd?
I mean, no, those things are just hysterical.
Yeah, I know.
Is
It
it
was so
Dan
good.
Aykroyd? Is that who
Yeah,
that
of
was?
course that was Dan Aykroyd.
Okay. I thought I don't know why. I was like, oh, that's somebody that's supposed to be pretending to be. Okay, anyway.
Oh, really? That would be no fun if it wasn't a real Ghostbuster.
Oh no, I really thought it was a fake. I thought they were pretending. That's
Oh,
why I was, yeah.
oh yeah, that'd be no fun. And I think back because that was actually just a little behind the scenes. That was an important, sad time because they never made Ghostbusters 3 at that point. And it was kind of
Oh,
like, this is all you're gonna get, kind of thing.
shoot.
And the ship had sailed on that, but luckily we got the. Do you like the newer Ghostbusters movies?
The one with the girls?
No, 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 the new
Oh,
one.
no, I didn't watch it. I
Oh,
the one
really?
with
Oh,
Melissa
the new
McCarthy.
ones are pretty good. The one with the girls shouldn't exist. Not, not because of the girls, because it was a
No,
terrible movie.
it was a terrible movie. It was
Yeah,
very poorly done.
it
Very
was
poorly
very
done.
poorly done. But the new ones are pretty good. I would
Okay.
suggest watch.
You know, if I
All
get
right.
on a Ghostbusters kick, I will go check it out. I don't have a
So
lot of time. I don't have a lot of time for movies these days.
I
I
well,
want to
that's
make
why it's great that we're doing this show
yes,
because
absolutely.
we make it where it has to be a priority.
Uh-huh. I appreciate so last night I was like, all right, kids, it's movie night. Are we gonna sit down and watch or are you gonna go to bed before you get to? So two of my kids made it through the movie and then three of them did not.
So I think we've kind of covered this next one, but in general, I mean, you covered it a little bit, but I want to emphasize it because I just want to. You cannot take it with you.
Ah, that was my second point too.
Oh, well, yeah. You can't take it with you. All this stuff. I love holding my baseball. I do this now when I'm on calls. But you cannot take it with you. All this stuff, knowing what really matters, knowing, you know, experiences.
Mhm.
That's a big thing in my family is what are the experiences? Like yesterday, we had a lovely day. We went on a walk. We jumped off some swings to and caught ourselves in slow-mo on the camera. Like me carrying all the
Ooh.
like set up the camera, let's all jump. And my knees hurt a little bit today. I'm not getting old. But and then we went home and we carved some pumpkins and we had some like grilled cheese and tomato soup and we watched Casper. Like it was just awesome.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
very lovely day.
Oh wait, no, we didn't watch Casper. We watched Casper the day before. No, we watched
Whichever.
Casper in the morning. Now, last night we actually watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm.
Random, but but it's those experiences that matter most. And when it comes to money, everybody is that it doesn't take money to have those experiences. Everything I was just talking about was just part of our groceries. Was just walking in our neighborhood. We didn't even use gas to go anywhere. And so many folks get caught up in, I have to do this and I have to get this person this. I think I've told the story a few times because it's just the best of how my family, they wanted us to spend money on birthdays and we weren't going that direction with our debt. And we said no. And so I just want to tell everybody, you can't take it with you. Have the memories, rub a foot. That's okay for a birthday. Do a little coupon book, whatever
I
it takes.
love a coupon book. My kids get me one every year and they think of their own things, which is great. And then they don't want to, they never want to let me have them turned in. I'm like, hey, here's your coupon for go do the dishes. And they're like, no, not today. I'm like, this coupon book has dates on it. Like, oh, blackout dates. Like, darn it. Okay.
But I
That's
mean, but that's great too because it gives the kids imagination that it's
yes.
not just every problem is solved with money or anything like that. It's not, it's great. It's opening us up. So you can't take it
Yeah.
with you. I think it's great.
The thing I say all the time is, I my focus is legacy living. And I think that that's a good title. Write that one down. I think that you have to live your legacy now. You're not your legacy doesn't happen after you die. It starts now. It starts with what you're doing. I say all the time, legacy is not the dollars and cents in your bank account, but the habits, the tools, and the mindset that you leave behind. So if your mindset is we as a family are interactive and we as a family do experiences together, that's the legacy that you're leaving. That's what your kids are going to remember. They're not going to remember, oh, mom bought me this thing one time or dad bought me this thing one time. It's going to be the experience of it. So sometimes we make a big deal out of going to Five Below and spending our our commission money. And it is always terrible for me, but the kids just love it. They just I mean, they run all different directions in the store and they're gonna find their one thing they're gonna spend their $5 on. It's great, but like,
Why is it always terrible for you?
because I have to keep up with all of
Uh,
them going in their many different directions. I I have anxiety, and so it just really shoots up when I can't see all of them at the same time.
well, I mean, that seems like regular anxiety.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't say there's anything wrong
I
with my
love
anxiety.
that.
It's just it gets there's a lot of them to have to keep up with, and so
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah. I'm glad I just have two
yeah.
because they're hard. They're running all over the place. All right. What's your next one?
Um, it's a really good idea to let go of what's keeping you stuck.
Oh,
The ghosts are literally stuck because of unfinished business, and just like people who can't move forward financially due to old habits, fear, or attachment to things that don't serve them. So, the lesson is financial freedom requires release of clutter, of comparison, of old stories about money. You can't move into abundance while clinging to the past.
yeah. That is a good one. We,
I was quite proud of that one. Thank you.
oh, wow. It's a good one. You're so cool. I'm going to put it on a plaque. Laura said
Oh,
this.
but no, so I have recently been thinking a lot about coaching as a garden metaphor.
Yeah.
And one of the things I talk about all the time is that um, in order to receive, you have to have your hands open. And when we have our hands clenched tightly, like we can't receive anything else. There, you can't have any abundance and you can't move forward. Like you're just stuck on whatever it is that you're stuck on. A lot of people it's fear, a lot of people it's other things. I was thinking about seeds. If you put seeds in your hand and you just held on to them, they'd turn into mush, they'd rot, they wouldn't be worth anything. So a lot of the things that we're holding on to, we ruin because of how tightly we hold on to them. And for the ghosts, they can't leave. They can't leave because they're so holding on to whatever it is they're holding on to. Like we don't know what the ghosts are holding on to. I'm not even sure what Casper, like, what's his unfinished business? Why can't he leave?
Well, it seems like, and this was my wife and I, we were saying how dark this kind of is. It seems like he actually drove his own father mad just by being around. And it seems like there's a lot of continuity that doesn't make sense. But it
No.
seems like he's holding on to like he didn't do what his dad told him to exactly. He stayed outside too long. So it's almost like he has this like I feel bad about how things went with
Oh,
my dad kind of thing.
yeah.
And maybe he wants to make up for it. But at the same time, what's kind of tough, and I think when you're thinking about how oh my gosh, who's Dr. Harvey? What's his name? Bill Pullman. It seems
Yeah.
like Bill Pullman what he's trying to help with because Casper actually doesn't remember very much from being alive. So he was having a hard time even remembering what his unfinished business even was. And so
Yeah.
that's the challenge that can, in this world, keep him there forever.
Mm. I do want to, because we haven't hit on this yet, and I think it's very important since you are naming characters. Love Christina Ricci. I think she's a fabulous actress. But Devon Siwa, every girl's dream in 1995, with the middle part, the whole thing. And so he comes down the stairs,
Yeah.
and I look at my girls, and I'm like, he's such a dreamboat. Because I'm like in my field, like my 13-year-old feels at this time. And my daughter goes, no, he's not. I really like his hair though. And I was like, yes, he is. And his hair is also awesome. It's
Have you
everything the 1990s stands for.
I know. Have you ever seen him in anything else?
No, I don't know if Devon C was ever done anything else. Let's look it up, shall we?
I think you were only 7 years old when this movie came out, by the way,
Yeah.
though. I
I
was
don't think I was allowed to watch it when I was 7 years old, but
yeah, I don't think I didn't see it till years later. But yeah. And well, Christina Ricci
oh,
before this, she was in the
his
Addams
name's
Family
his
movies.
name's Sawa, not Siwa. I apologize.
Yeah, I was thinking I was like, oh, like JoJo Siwa? But you
I
didn't
think that's
know.
Oh, of course. Oh my goodness. And this needs to be on our list. He was in Little Giants. Of course he was. Of course he was. He was the cutest boy ever in the Little Giants. Duh.
Oh, oh, the cutest boy. I don't think
Duh.
I maybe have seen that movie once. That's one I don't remember. Yeah.
I love everything about the Little Giants.
That's the one with
Everything.
Rick Moranis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh
we'll
my
have to
goodness.
check it out.
Funny.
Yeah. But so you liked the other day when I put it in the story, I had that clip from the movie where he comes down the
Oh
stairs.
yeah.
When I was advertising this, everybody make sure you're following us both on Instagram, Accelerate Your Legacy and Coach David, so that you are keeping up with our announcements here. But yeah, I put that clip on there to let everybody know. Well,
He's a dreamboat. It needed to be said. It needed to be out loud in the atmosphere for people to know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have one more thought because there's also one more character that I want to bring to light that I think is one of the greatest comedian actors of all time, Eric
Okay.
Idle. I have a point just made for him.
Sure.
That let's see, I wrote it down. I'm not gonna let's see. Money should serve your mission, not replace it. And
Oh,
so, he obviously it's interesting that they made almost identical-ish characters between him and Kerrigan, but he's different. He's his Eric Idle self. Like they're on the same path, but he's fun. And you almost think he could be a good guy. He's kind of silly, he's kind of goofy, but in general, that seems to be what happens to him. Like with him in particular, it's almost as if he's been dealing with Kerrigan so long that I believe that he was a nice guy at some point.
at
And
some
he
point.
may and he had some good things and he wanted to help in some way. But the more he's around her, you kind of see throughout the movie that he becomes more like her
Mhm.
until the end. He's like, I'm freeing myself from you. And of course, he says crass things. And he gets there. But so what happened to him is he just slowly morphed into that kind of, like greed is just taking over
Yeah.
his mind when I don't think he started out that way. It's a very sad story.
I don't think anybody starts out that way. Nobody starts out that mean
Yeah.
and money focused. And a lot of times, hey, people listening, a lot of times it comes from our parents and the way that they behaved with money
Oh,
and the messages and the lessons that we learned from them. Some of it comes from movies that we watch where, the people that are greedy and go after money get the things they want. See Wolf of Wall Street. Sometimes greed is good. No. Um, it's just we have to be very careful
yep,
because it can take over
yep,
and turn us into something that we don't like. Like when you look in the mirror, do you like who you see? If not, what do you want to change? I think
yep,
that's it's one of those things where I didn't necessarily get this money lesson from Casper, but from our conversation about Casper is like, hey guys, you get to decide who you are in the end. And that starts today. It doesn't start when you're a ghost and haunting people. I do really love the fact that Stretch and Stinky and Fatso, like they're hilarious. They
yep,
are. I hate that they're so funny, but I love that they are who they are through
yeah.
and through.
And yeah, that was my little fan fiction. I hope Eric Idle, his character, is actually a good guy, and he was just turned down the wrong.
Absolutely. What do you think he's gonna do after this? Like if you had to go back and write Casper 2, not Casper meets Wendy, but Casper 2,
Yeah.
and he's living or like the Eric Idle story.
Yeah.
What
Uh,
is he doing now?
where we just watched it, but didn't he die? Or where was he at the end of the movie?
Did he die?
I thought he did.
Did he die like keeping her from coming back to life?
I don't remember. We just
Oh
watched it.
wow.
I don't remember where we left him. I'm getting old.
Okay. That
But
wasn't what I was focused
I
on.
don't
Now I don't know.
I don't think he made it though through the movie.
Shoot. You may be right.
Well, everybody put in the comments and remind us what happened to his character and even remind me of the character's name because I just think Eric Idle. And if you don't know him, he was originally famous for being on Monty Python and all
Oh,
that.
I thought you were gonna say American Idol, because that would be a good place for him to be.
What are you talking about? Why would he be on American Idol?
It's his last name.
Were you looking up something?
I'm trying to look up what his character name was, but
Okay.
that's okay.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to start doing our closing ceremonies because I think we've been talking for a long time, right? I'm so bad at looking at the time. Just so you know,
We
it's always your job.
yeah, we're at 22 minutes. We're good.
Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, well, if I were to have my way, I'll finish here. I would want him to learn from this, to realize that money isn't everything. Basically, I want him to watch our episode and everything that we've been talking about, and then go and live a better life.
Yeah.
That's what I would want. Casper too. And he's like, ooh, he becomes like the caretaker of the house.
Yeah.
And then him and Casper, I'm going to start writing a movie now. Him and Casper, they get together and they have to go on some sort of adventure. Almost like a Don Knotts kind of feel, like him and Casper now, like there's no other people there and it's between them and they have to save the house from some sort of evil developer that wants to knock down the house. And so Eric Idle's character and Casper
Again?
put down there to stop them.
Oh man.
Would that be a great movie?
He disappears into the night, terrified and empty-handed.
Oh, okay. There you go. So yeah, he comes back at the beginning of Casper 2, apologizes profusely, and they decide to let him stay.
There you go. And
And
then
then
he
they have
becomes
to
the
fight
caretaker of the manor. I
an
love it.
evil developer. And then Fatso, Stretch, and Stinky, they go and they help as well, and they all team up, and it's all beautiful. And then, do you know what his character's name is? Eric Idles? Oh,
Gibbs?
Dibbs. Yeah. And then Dibbs probably dies somewhere along the way, and they all become like this, like, oh, we're ghosts,
Yeah.
and we have our house and live in the dream, being
Perfect.
the ghosts.
Being the ghost. All right,
Get me
friends.
started. I love writing a movie in like 5 minutes. All
That's
right.
it's what half of Hollywood is. Or that's what Hollywood used to be. Hollywood used to be pitch meetings, and now it's just, do you think you could get a big name character for that? Does it already have IP? Because we can't make anything new anymore, and it has to be somebody that's already famous.
I know, but we have hope. Things are changing. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This is, yeah, happy Halloween. Make sure you're all safe out there. This is going to be awesome. Next time, we are going to be changing things up. So be looking for, we're going to go live from YouTube. So just be
Woo!
looking, make sure we let you know where and how to find it. But hopefully it's where our faces will not be stretched and you'll see how handsome and beautiful we actually are, just like this.
Oh man, we're trying, guys. We're trying. We're learning new things. We're developing new things, and we cannot wait to bring you another movie money mashup.
Woo! Oh, you're getting that voice. You're getting that voice good.
I'm trying.
Money mashup. But and if we are coaches, we help people all the time. So make sure you click the links below if you want to go to Laura's website or my website or want to talk to us. We're always here to help you get to the next level and get some generational wealth going on in your Casperish neighborhood.
Yeah. What treasure are you going to leave, friends? What treasure are you going to leave? All right, that's it for this week. Bye, everybody.